your fit. Nope, just lying. Done me dirty.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, before I get going with this video, do me a massive favor and click the subscribe button down below. You know if you haven't done it already, so go on, go do it. So I have not done a full day of training video, day in the life video for a while. I thought I'd bring you guys along for the journey. Now, normally in these day in the life videos that people put on social media, and I've been a victim of doing this myself, I'm not just slagging off everyone else and not saying that I'm the same, because I've done this in the past, is kind of wake up super early and pretend that that's a normal thing that you do, and I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I piss excellence and I'm I'm just the best human being in the world, which a lot of people do, and I've done some similar stuff in the past because that stuff seems to impress people and gets views, and well, I'm going to be more realistic this time because as you can see on this clock over here, it says 7:45. However, I haven't changed that clock since the clocks went forward. So, it's actually 8:45, which is not very early, to be honest. But like I said, being more realistic, today I felt like I needed more sleep, so I got more sleep. End of. Bit of hydration. Today has started a bit slower than normally it might. However, I'm being realistic today, and I am showing you guys actually that sometimes I don't get up at stupid o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I do give myself a lie-in, and sometimes things might not go to plan as what might happen today, if that makes any sort of sense. So, today's plan is swim, bike, run, gym. Pretty full day, but that is actually quite standard for me. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and sort my granola out at the same time. However, the problem comes when I'm feeling actually pretty fatigued from the last few days of training. I think I plan to feel a little bit better, a little bit more recovered today than I actually am. So we're going to see how today goes, and we're going to assess, and if things need to change, they need to change. But I'm going to give it a good go. I'm going to stick to the plan to start with and see what happens. Today we've got a pretty tough bike set on the turbo, put that on the screen now, and then I've got a run off which is 5k at 3:30 pace, and then the rest of the run is nice and easy, adding it up to about 50-60 minutes. So that's a pretty decent block, that's a pretty decent set, and I would hope to be feeling a little bit more recovered for something like this. However, I'm not, so I'm going to go into it with an open mind, and I'm just going to see what happens, and what happens. I'm bringing you along for the journey. So you never know, in about half an hour's time, I might be crying to myself, so that's an incentive to keep on watching, isn't it? Now, it is coming towards racing, and the last few months I've been really trying to dial in my nutrition and hydration plans, and I'm very lucky to be working with the guys and girls at Precision Fuel and Hydration, and I've just been really kind of making sure that on specific sessions that are pretty intense, pretty race specific, let's say, that I am working on this, making sure that I'm training my body, training my gut to be able to deal with the amount of carbs that I want to be getting on board, and it's been going really well. The last session that I did was earlier this week, and it was really, really good. I felt like I might have overdone it, but actually come to the run off the bike, I felt fantastic. So that's really good. So this session today, we've got about an hour and 16 on the bike, and then a 50-minute run off. so pretty much 2 hours, let's say. The bike is at quite high intensity, and then the run, the initial 5k off the bike is tough, and then the rest of it is nice and easy. So on the bike, this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have 3 of these gels. Each of these gels is 30 grams of carbs. I also do the big 90 gram carb gel, which is amazing and just incredible, but I like to save those for some longer rides so I don't have to take multiple small gels. So I'm using the smaller ones today, so I'm using 3 of those, so that's 90 grams of carbs in total. But then I'm also having a pH 1500 sachet. There is 16 grams of carbs in here, so it's 106 grams of carbs in total on that bike session. Now it's obviously slightly over an hour. However, I have just had a big breakfast as well. I've had a coffee, stuff like that. So it will be there or thereabouts, 100 grams of carbs an hour. And then I'm taking 1 gel on the run with me because that initial 5k is at intensity, but the rest of it is really nice and chilled. So it doesn't really warrant having any more than that. So I'm probably gonna pop that gel at maybe 2 to 3k into the run. So that'll be 30 grams over that run, which to be honest isn't actually, I think that's pretty all right. I think that should be fine. The next question is, do I go erg mode or not? Because if I go erg mode, I am committed to being locked in at that power, and that will really suck. But if I don't go erg mode, I know that I have to really focus on the screen. Otherwise, I'm actually quite often going above the set power, especially on hard efforts like this, and then that kind of just screws me. So let's go erg mode. Yeah, for anyone who struggles, like mentally in sessions, especially when you're going into it feeling fatigued and you don't know whether to, you know, knock it on the head before you even start or after a rep or so. Obviously you've got to evaluate your own situation and how you're feeling, and you don't want to push into too much of a fatigue state or risk, you know, getting injured or whatever it is. But what I find is actually with stuff like this, I was really hesitant to even start the session, but actually what I find is, you know, once you get the first rep out of the way, actually you realise it was all kind of mental. You just needed to suck it up basically. And so the way that I kind of approach these sorts of things and these sorts of sessions when you're just really not feeling it is I just tell myself, like, if you can get halfway through the rep, you can get the whole way through the rep. And mentally, obviously that doesn't really make sense, but to me it does. When I'm really hurting and mentally I just think, if I can get halfway through this rep, I can get the whole way through the rep. Like, no questions asked. If I get halfway, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going. And that just really helps me get through it. And then more often than not, you get 1 rep down and you're like, okay, I'll do the same on the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and before you know it, you've got the whole session ticked off and you're feeling really good. So, little top tip for you guys: if you can get halfway, you can get the whole way. Was about 17:08 5k, which, yeah, bit of a struggle towards the end actually. Legs meh, bit of headwind, bit of tailwind, bit of uphill, bit downhill, bit of everything. So it's pretty even as in like an average. And yeah, actually, like, felt like I got into a good stride there.
I would have had my gel, didn't have it because when I'm carrying the GoPro and then like I gotta get a gel out, open the gel, where do I put my GoPro? Like, it's just a bit of hassle, and I thought, you know, it's only 5k, just go for it. And so that's what I did. I'll have the gel now, and then I will do walking for a few minutes and then I'll do about 30-35 minutes easy jog to add it up to 50 minutes, and that is that brick done. Another brick in the wall. I'm just happy that I got that session done, really. Like, as I keep saying, like, I was so uncertain about it because of the fatigue I was feeling from previous sessions this week. It's a big week this week, and it's a big block leading up to Mallorca, so like the fatigue's there a lot, like every day, but it's just really nice to, you know, be able to put a good session together even when you are feeling fatigued, because then hopefully, you know, once you've recovered and tapered, ready for a race, you'll just be on a completely other level. So that is the plan anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna go back that way. Probably will have missed the swim, so we'll figure that out in a bit. I honestly don't know why it is. I seem to be late for absolutely everything. I swear all the time, actually. No, but I swear it's a disease or something, because I don't mean to be late. I just am all the time, and people hate me for it. So I've got no friends. Yeah, this swim might be quite easy, or it's going to be quite easy anyway. It's a planned easy session, but might be even easier than planned, purely because this weekend is Easter bank holiday weekend. It's only Thursday now, but it's already starting to get really busy down here. Kids are off on their Easter holidays, so it might just be a jam-packed swimming pool full of kids and be kind of useless. But I'm gonna get in, do the best I can with the situation. You never know, it might be completely empty, it might be an amazing session. It probably won't be. However, we will see. We will assess, and we'll get something done. So we had a good swim actually, but I can't bring my GoPro into the pool because I would get in quite a lot of trouble. So you're just gonna have to believe me when I say I went for a swim. But Jack's here to back me up as well because he was there.
Yeah, late myself.
Yeah, it was glorious, wasn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah, really good. So it was a pretty chilled swim. I didn't quite get to 3k because I was running late, but Jack did. But yeah, it was pretty relaxed. And then I'm now on pacing duties. I've done all my training for the rest of the day, and I thought I'd come out with Jack because it's nice weather. I'll get on this bike, and he's got a run session to do. What's the plan?
Well, 4 by 10 minutes at kind of 70.3 effort, so
Yeah.
little bit wind, bit undulating, so
Yeah.
just kind of keep it controlled.
Any kind of pace in mind, or is it just it's just sinking into like perceived effort?
Yeah, I've had a big couple of days, so I'm not really sure about the pace.
Yeah.
Maybe 320 to 340, something around there.
Yeah, just see how you're feeling.
Yeah, but
Yeah, nice.
I've got no excuse to not do it now, Harry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sit in front of him and he can draft me the whole way. So there you have it. That was my full day of training. Really enjoyed it, and actually it was, like I said, a surprising day because I didn't feel great and I still managed to get all the training in, so that was really good. Apart from, actually, I will say, at the beginning of the video I said I'd do a gym session. I actually completely forgot about that. Ended up going out with Jack, doing his pacing. He hit out a really good session, was knocking out like kind of 320s, 325s for that set, 4 by 10 minutes. And then I got home, went to the pub, and forgot about my gym session. So I'll be doing that today. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope all of your training is going well. Let me know what races you guys have got coming up in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.